to come? What are the conditions that God is looking for? What are the circumstances that God requires before sending the Holy Spirit on Pentecost? Well, I'm glad you asked that question too. You see, the book of Acts tells us that God is looking for two things. God is looking for his people to be all together and in one place. This is not Kevin Johnson. This is right here in the Bible. It's Acts chapter 2, verse 1. I want to read it again. When the day of Pentecost came, they were all together in one place. Let me say it again. They were all together in one place. Let me talk to the balcony. They were all together in one place. Let me talk to the people online. They were all together in one place. You see, Pentecost will never come if the church is divided. Pentecost will never come if the church is fragmented. Pentecost will never come if the church is disjointed, splintered and fractured and torn apart and not unified and not together and not rowing in the same direction and not worshiping on one accord, not praying for one another, not serving with one purpose, not moving as one body, not loving as one family, and not standing as one church. The Bible says when they all were together in one place. What is Luke saying? Luke is trying to get the readers of this book to see that the power of Pentecost is in the unity of the church. They were all together in one place. How do we expect, beloved, to beat a xenophobic, white nationalist, white supremacist, bona fide racist, known sexist, documented bigot, celebrated insurrectionist, election denier, wannabe politician, 4 times indicted, twice impeached, recognized sexual assaulter, convicted fraud perpetrator, 91 felon charges in 4 states, who doesn't give a, I'm sorry, I'm in church, blankety blank about black people if the black church, and especially if this black church is not united and together in one place. Beloved, if we are going to advance our people, we've got to be what? Together. This is not a time for Abyssinia not to be united. This is not a time for the flagship church of America to be at odds. This is not a time for God's house to be disunited. This is not a time for the black church to abdicate its prophetic manual. We've got to be together. Don't you know, beloved, that since 2021, Republican-controlled state houses have passed a swarm of laws to restrict voting rights, increase penalties for public protests, impose new restrictions on transgender youth, and ban books and limit what teachers and college professors and employers can say about race and gender and sexual orientation. This is not the time for the church to not be united. While we're sitting up here doing other stuff, they're planning a 2025. This is not the time for the church to not be united. We got to make sure the people get out and vote this November like never before. This is not the time. And the brothers who are at Morehouse this morning, you can't turn your back on Biden, because what are you turning your back to? Beloved, this is not the time. This is not the time.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers, none of that shit that's on TV, you know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood, the hood view, you know?
Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're live. Welcome to Hoodviewpolitics, where we go into a deep, detailed dive into politics from a hood point of view. I'm Rabbit Jones.
And I'm Tony, the number one soul brother. And welcome to our Tuesday night live stream.
Yes, indeedy. A lot to get in. Debates. And Trump trying to dumb down what he already put in the atmosphere. That Biden is an idiot. Welcome. And everybody that subscribed, we appreciate you a whole lot. If you're new here, you don't know what to expect. If you've been here before, you know for a fact that we hunting magas and coons. Magas and coons. Appreciate you. For everybody that subscribed over the last few months, man, we appreciate y'all a whole lot. We're not YouTubers or live streamers or any of that. We just literally walking off the street and talking politics. You know what I'm saying, dog? So we do appreciate everybody that's subscribing. We appreciate y'all a whole lot. If you don't subscribe, we appreciate you for listening to us and taking our dialogue. We will appreciate it if you subscribe too while you're watching, but that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That it's a lot to get into for show. The debates are coming Thursday, my guy. Is you ready for this? Debates. We've been waiting for this forever.
I'll wait. I'll be when it happened, then I'll see. I still don't got it happening.
Now, I was gonna get to that. I really don't think Trump is gonna do this motherfucking debate, bro.
When the debate starts, then
I really don't think he gonna do it, bro. Like what he did with the Republicans, right? He didn't do no debates. He didn't go on. He didn't do anything. They just named him the fucking nominee, right? Biden did do some debates. You know what I'm saying? He did go through the ringer a little bit.
Yeah, the last election cycle he did, he wasn't primary, so he didn't have to
do no
primary debates.
It's like Republicans just said, huh?
Nah, go ahead.
The Republicans just like, fuck it. He gonna run his third time. 3 times, bro. You can't find nobody. Now, I will admit that if they had a sensible Republican here, this would be a problem, right? With inflation, with the people perception of the border, it'd be a tough sell if it was just a sensible Republican here, even though they're wrong on all topics. But it'll be a battle because that person wouldn't be a slimy, racist pig outright, right? So I think personally that if they was to run somebody different from Trump, this race will be scary. You know what I'm saying? Even though Trump is telling you what he want to do, like that 2025 project shit, anybody else would be doing the 2025 project too, but they just wouldn't be a racist pig outright. They won't be slimy and dumb as fuck outright, talking about sharks and water and stupid shit outright. You feel me? They just be a sensible. Let's say Romney, right? Just a sensible fucking politician, right? Like if he ran right now, if it wasn't Trump, this would be a problem. Do you agree?
No, I don't agree because it'd still be a problem for the Republican Party. For the simple fact is, a majority, I ain't gonna say a majority, at least half, I'm gonna say that, at least half of the party is MAGA. And
I'm talking about the president though.
But hold on. If you got half of the party who's MAGA, and you got another half which is not, which I think you do now, got a split party, but if you run anybody else that ain't MAGA, you put a Romney out there, MAGA don't like Romney. So you defeat it right there, because half of your Republican base is gone because they don't like Romney, and Trump is not going to endorse Romney. So you even more behind than you are now. So you gotta have. That's why DeSantis, they love DeSantis until they still do, but he couldn't run because he's a dumbass. They love Marjorie Taylor Greene. She can't run because she's a dumbass.
But what I'm saying, if it was a Romney, right? Most people that feel like inflation is fucking them up, they go to the grocery store and all that shit. They would just switch and just vote for Romney because he is sensible. Just like me and you said, if a Republican win, if they just a sensible motherfucker that want to govern, we cool with that. We can argue the motherfucking policies later, right? You know what I'm saying? But once you have a Trump that's just a racist, a rapist, and all this other shit, is like he's slimy, he's a crook. That was, to me, it was making the race close. But if they had a sense of Republican, I think this going to be a problem.
I don't think so, because Trump, the thing is, Trump poisoned the well. When Trump came in, Trump took over the party. And it was all about Trump ideas and what we talked about before. Trump gave license for the racists and the bigots to come out.
What's her name? Haley?
Nikki Haley.
They're her voters will automatically just vote Republican because it's just a sensible Republican up there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I can believe that.
You see what I'm saying?
But the problem is
he's a racist pig. It's hard for them to do it.
Yeah, but the problem with anybody else running right now in this cycle, even if somebody else was to run or try to run, because you had a whole lot of people try to run and he didn't even debate none of them. He didn't even acknowledge most of them.
Nope.
And he still won. So that tells you right there, the majority of the party, the controlling interest in the party is behind him. So if anybody run outside of him, you lose half of the party right there. You can't beat anybody else.
Oh yeah. The one thing the Republicans have to realize that is MAGA is the party.
Yeah.
So if you run in the Republican, then the MAGA party, you have to cater to whatever MAGAs are. Now, the sensible Republicans that's not with the MAGA shit, only way you can win is get independents and try to cipher off some Democrats. And I don't think some of these senators that's running as Republicans can do it.
No, they can't.
There's no way they can do it because they've been so much up Trump ass. It's just hard to come out of it now and try to get independents and Democrats to vote for you. You see what I'm saying?
Look, most independents lean Democrat. That's most independents. So just say, for the sake of supposing, you split. You're a Republican, you running, and you split independents. You split independents right down the middle. You still fucked up because you still got half of your party that if Trump say don't vote for you, or he ain't even gotta say it, they just not gonna vote for nobody else that ain't Trump. So you are, look, Trump got a majority of the party that's putting them in the race, that giving him the nomination. But when you get to the general, winning the primary is one thing. Winning the general is a whole nother thing, because that's when his flaws going to show up. That's when running around bragging about you is the reason Roe v. Wade got overturned is going to hurt you. You keep.
But I'm talking about if it was somebody else besides him. I get that part.
Yeah, but if it's somebody else besides
that
him,
didn't say all that wild dumb shit.
Look,
but the Republican Party, people understand, is MAGA now.
Yeah. But if you had somebody, if you had somebody else that's running and you didn't have the specter of Trump, yes, it could be, it may be a different race altogether.
Yeah, it'd be tough.
It may be, but you don't have that.
That's a silly fool. Yeah.
That's why nobody of consequence ran. I said this way back when they started getting in the race. Nobody of consequence is running this cycle. everybody that's running was up for two things. This was their chance to they saw it is this their chance to run. If he got caught slipping with these charges, then maybe they could slip in the back door. Or they was trying to get the VP slot. That's all them wanted. And that's all they could get. But anybody that really thought that they think that they really have a chance in the Republican Party to be president, they're not running in 2028.
I don't know, but you might be right about that.
Yes, nobody can beat him
Because what we got now in the Republican Party is people catering to the MAGA wing of it, which is the whole party, like you said.
It's not even a whole party. Trump controls enough of the party. He might not control the whole body, because you got a whole lot of people out there that don't like Trump and who are Republicans that's coming out against Trump. Remember, 44 of his the people that work for him was in his cabinet and was his top advisors. At least 44, I think it's 44. If somebody get me right, I think it's 44 out of 46 are not supporting him and say they will not vote for him and say he is unfit for office. That's a problem. Now, but he controls enough of the party. He got enough of the party back behind him that nobody in the party can beat him. And he knows this. That's why he didn't debate. He got enough of the party behind him. He controls enough. Nobody can beat him. He knows nobody can beat him. So one of two things going to happen for anybody who got real presidential aspirations. You either going to go out there now against Trump. He's going to trash you. His supporters are going to trash you. His surrogates are going to trash you, and it's going to fuck you up for the future. Or you're going to sit back and wait, because either way, this is his last campaign. If he win it, he only got 4 years. If he don't win it, he's not running again. So for anybody that's real serious about it, 2028 is it.
True. But the fact that the MAGA has taken over the party has turned everybody into doing things. See, this the problem with me and Number One Soul Brother be having. See, first of all, the beginning of this podcast is strictly of like when you see us debating a lot, even me and him, matter of fact, as motherfuckers that want the same thing, right? You seeing a motherfucker like you seeing motherfuckers that debate. Let's say we debate sports, me and Tony. It was the same type of atmosphere. You had motherfuckers, me and him working the same job. You had motherfuckers coming out the office telling us, y'all too loud. Calm down out there. You know what I'm saying? And that's just talking about sports. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we was doing in there. And when you see us here, it's the same atmosphere. Like that's why we started this podcast, because we want to bring our debate atmosphere the same way we was in the lunchroom on platform. You know what I'm saying, dog? And that's why, to me, Tony, Number One Soul Brother, is the heart and soul of this podcast, because he really is into politics more than me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm really doing a lot of other shit. You feel me? and politics is just him. He know politics. He be ringing all shit I don't know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? But it be real shit. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes me and him clash, and because we want the same goal, but it's just we debating inside the goal. You know what I'm saying? And when you see us debating, is an authentic debate within black culture. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I love doing this podcast. And I feel like Tony, to me, is the heart and soul of this podcast, bro. Because without him, we wouldn't know some of the integral details of politics. Because me, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just know how to react off what's happening at the moment. You feel me? And that's why all I do is react off what I'm seeing now. He know more of the politic end of the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think this podcast works. You know what I'm saying? Because he is a politic, you know what I'm saying? He know like a politic junkie, you know what I'm saying? And I don't really have time to really dive into politics as he do. You feel me? And so I feel like he the heart and soul of this podcast, because he bring the facts that I don't know. You feel me? As a person that is not really following the politics as he do. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's why I love doing this podcast. You know what I'm saying? And when we look at Republicans all around the world, is we can start with the governor of Louisiana, right? He is putting up a joint with the 10 Commandments in all schools, right? And I haven't. And another thing we do, me and Tony don't collaborate on the topics and see what he thinking and I'm thinking. You feel me? We don't know what we thinking until now. You know what I'm saying, dog? And I think that's a good thing too. You feel me? So I just want to know what Tony's thoughts on the governor mandating that 10 Commandments be displayed in all schools in Louisiana. What do you think about that?
What I think about, let me see. What I think about the 10 Commandments being displayed in all schools, and this is a short answer. To those of y'all, especially in the Republican Party, that's advocating this and pushing this, when y'all start abiding by them, start living by them, start practicing them, then talk to me about it. You cannot have fucking pedophiles, rapists, womanizers, sex traffickers, and all of this allegedly, I'm gonna put it like that's been accused in your party, but you want to force people to put the 10 Commandments up. Put the 10 Commandments up in your office first, and then talk to me. That's the way I see it. Because you cannot have, it's hypocritical. You cannot sit here and make a big whoop-de-doo about putting the 10 Commandments up in every school when you don't live by them. When you are supporting and you are championing for president a man who has broke just about every commandment there is.
He really did.
And if you want to go back, I can run them down, the ones he broke.
He really did.
Love God more than you love anything else.
He broke that one. Audience.
He broke that one. He loved money more than anything else. He loves himself more than anything else. Don't make anything in your life more important than God. Goes back to the first one. His North Star is money.
You want me to read the joints?
Okay, you read them.
All right. The first of the 10 Commandments, right, is thou shalt not have no other gods before me.
Okay, I just told you his God is money.
The second one,
broke it.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
Okay, he got his name. Trump is on anything he can put his name on. Trump really Towers.
Remember
Trump,
the
Taj
day
Mahal.
He had the black boys in there, and he had his name on top of their shit.
Yeah. Plus, he tries to portray himself as God. His supporters portray him as God. So that's two.
True. Number 3, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain.
Done that.
Yeah, that's over.
He done that.
Number 4.
He didn't compare. He didn't put himself on a level and compare himself to God.
Everybody know he did that right there. You can't deny that. Even black magas can't deny he did that. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Okay, you have not seen this man walk in the church yet. You see Joe Biden go to church often. He would go every Sunday if he could. This man don't. He probably don't even know what the Sabbath is and what the Sabbath is about. On the 7th day, God rested.
True.
That's the Sabbath.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
He don't give a shit about his mother or his father. He might his father because
he was a motherfucking redneck racist.
His father gave him that $1 million to get started.
Thou shalt not kill.
Okay, read the Bible. If you call your brother out his name, you killed him. That's the same as murder. You murder his character. You murdered his spirit. So he's basically if you want to put up the 10 commandments and you want to go by the definition of what murder is in the Bible, if you call your brother a fool, that's murder. That's according to Jesus. That's according to God.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Okay, let's see. He cheated on the first wife with the second wife. He cheated on the second wife with the third wife. He cheated on the third wife with a porn star, and he caught it, and he got sued for sexual assault. I think he broke that one.
Yeah, he did. Thou shalt not steal.
Okay, ain't he just got convicted for falsifying documents?
Yeah, he stole. Yeah,
that's basically stealing.
He stole tax money,
and he didn't stole that, and he didn't cheated his way his whole life.
Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Okay, he does that all the time. How many people get up? How many people on his behalf get up and because he instructed them to lie on other people for him?
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
Okay, you should not covet thy neighbor. You should not covet thy neighbor's house. You should not covet thy neighbor's wife. Okay, you didn't covet everything that somebody else had.
He did.
You didn't took anything you can get your hands on. You didn't covet it.
So to me, all right, first of all, the Republican Party, for somebody to put out a motherfucking joint about 10 commandments is completely go against whatever the fuck going on in this party today. Literally.
Completely asinine.
You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, when you're, again, men and one soul brother don't actually agree on this. We disagree on when people come to their decisions, right? And I believe that it's supposed to be, like I said the other day when the man brought Trump into the Detroit church. I say to me, he shouldn't be there at all. But if you're gonna have him there, ask him some black questions. Like, to me, I feel like you shouldn't have no politicians there at all. Period. Because of the separation between, you know what I'm saying, church and state. So once you as a pastor bring them in, now you dabbling into politics. That's why they always get in trouble. And that's why you saw at the beginning of this podcast, we had that pastor there. I don't know if y'all listen to him or not. He fired Detroit pastor ass up. And then he made a good point at the beginning of this podcast, right? Shouts out to Roland Martin, man. Look, I called you a PC the other day just only because of a certain topic. But overall, I really appreciate your work you do for our black culture, right? You know what I'm saying? For putting that up. Putting them videos up for, you know what I'm saying, people like that. We can see what the fuck they talking about. You know what I'm saying? But to me, overall, right? We as a black culture got to understand what's for us and what's not. Like, talking about the 10 commandments is irrelevant at this point, and it shouldn't be in schools. Like, if everybody start running up there talking about we about to put the Quran up here, they're gonna have a fit. Why? Because you just started that dumb shit. Like, leave that out, right? I get the pastor bringing them in. I get what he was trying to do, right? Once you in there, I get it. But you got to do both sides, and you got to do the same time and all that good shit. But if you a pastor itself, get away from that. Don't bring them in there. Express your opinions and move on. Now, just like you seen this pastor did, he dug into that pastor and told him point blank, "You're a piece of shit," without saying it. He wanted to say it. You know what I'm saying? Because we all have to be together. That's me and number one soul brother been telling y'all since the beginning, bro. That's why we don't like magas. That's why we don't like misleaders. Because we have to get together. Even though you don't like certain pieces, that piece, the Gaza piece, you feel me? Or some fucking shit back in the 90s, like the bill. You feel me? Like, you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater almost. Like, you can't just say fuck it and then a redneck pig and all his friends take over the government. You just can't be that dumb. You know what I'm saying? So when the motherfucker be like, I'm gonna do 10 commandments, like, you wasted our money. You could be taking care of all the kids in school or some shit. Do some other time with that. 10 commandments? Like, what the fuck is It shouldn't even be involved. And then you go to Baltimore, we got the motherfucker Mr. Wesley that's in Baltimore with the bridge collapse. He is releasing 175,000 people that have been locked up for weed. Now you see the difference in the parties and their focus. What you think?
Well, if you want to reach a multitude of black people, you have to visit the black church. Because the separation of church and state is this. It isn't about not going to visit churches or anything. It's about having a state ran like a lot of Muslim countries. Like a lot of Muslim countries is ran by Shia law, which is Quran. And England, before we broke away from England was, well, put it like this. The church had a lot of power. And the church had more power than anything. So when this country was formed, they didn't want the church to have that power. So that's where separation of church and state came in. Is not to give the priests, preachers, and certain people that power, because with that power, they can do a lot of things. That's not good for everybody. So that's where that came in. But if you want to reach black people on it for real, you are going to go into the black church. That's why Clinton been there. Okay, well, Jimmy Carter up until he couldn't, he taught Bible study every week. But Clinton was in a black church on inauguration day. Had Jennifer Holliday sing. Gore turned into a black preacher when he went to a black church. You thought he was Reverend Ike. Let me see. Obama and Biden. That's where you're going to reach them people. The thing about this, with these shenanigans that went on in this black church in Detroit is this. It's deep on so many levels. For one, he thought, and this pastor thought that they could get black people in there. They was wrong. Trump in his campaign is going around thinking and saying, I ain't gonna say he think because he knows better for real. He's saying that he can get 30% of the black vote. That's never going to happen. No Republican has never got 30% of the black vote. He ran twice and didn't get 30% of the black vote. He's not even going to get close. But he wanted his little fake outreach, with a lot of black people in there that looked like black people was coming on his side. Or it was coming to his side. Wrong. Then part two of this was basically a test for two people who was there that was on the VP list. For Tim Scott and Byron Donalds. It was a test. Because like I said 1,000 times, you are not going to get that VP slot unless you bring something to the table. You got to bring a state. You got to bring a demographic. You got to bring something to that ticket and to that campaign that they don't have, or they have to show up. The only thing that Byron Donalds and Tim Scott could bring to the ticket is black people. And as you can see, they cannot do that.
No.
So what happened? What is no coincidence that it happened, that when they asked Trump about his VP pick, the first two that was eliminated was Tim Scott and Byron Donalds, because they don't bring nothing They don't what he wants
You don't
and
care
what he
about no
needs.
black voters, man. You're just
But
trying to trim them off
if
from
you
Biden.
if you can trim enough off, if you can get enough, you can sway certain states, and you maybe can sway the election. If you can get this 30% like you thinking you can, like you lying about you can, but it's no coincidence that they the first two, because like I said before, unless they can bring something significant to the ticket, they was never going to get it, because the core of his base, the core of the MAGA base is racist and bigoted, and they will not, a lot of them will not under any circumstance vote for a black man. And they know this. We seen that when we ran the Vivek Ramaswamy thing with when the chick told him, I ain't voting for you. Fuck wrong with you. I like what you say, but nigga, you Indian.
Yeah, nah.
So
My
that's
thing
why I
is,
said it was never going to get it.
my thing is, you seeing what Democrats do and what Republicans do.
Yeah.
Republicans are doing things that's just irrelevant to advancing your kids any fucking way or anybody. On the flip side, you got a governor in Maryland who is releasing 170,000 people from jail that's in there for cannabis that white people are selling now. That you got to contrast these things. That's all. What these people are thinking about and what's their, like, he took all this time in this fucking Senate to do that for some 10 Commandment shit. And to me, I don't think, first of all, put aside the Turkish state. Let's say your child is going to school. What ages are they putting this up? Are you teaching my child adultery now? You feel me? What age is this now? Because he didn't know fucking about adultery till he walked in there. So when are we starting this? And when we start, we're not stopping. And what are we doing? Because I don't want my 5-year-old to walk into school and be like, Dad, what the fuck is adultery?
Okay.
You feel me? You don't know what the fuck adultery is?
Okay. When did you learn to say the Pledge of Allegiance?
That's irrelevant. Adultery
No, hold on.
and a Pledge of Allegiance. Explain what adultery is to a child.
Cheating on your spouse. That's all.
Now you talking to a 5-year-old about cheating on your spouse. Now you got to continue. What is cheating?
I understand what you're saying.
Now you see what I'm saying? So what age is this bullshit?
Look, my point is, when did they start teaching you to say the Pledge of Allegiance? In first grade. So evidently, if they wanted it posted in all schools include elementary school. So they want it posted from first.
That's what I'm trying to get to. It's like, so you want,
that's easy.
So I'm gonna send my kid to school is 5, 6, 7 years old, and you're gonna tell them about adultery? Because that shit is up on the wall. They're gonna visit you, ask you what the hell that mean.
Yeah.
Right or wrong?
Yeah, they're gonna come home and ask you.
Was they thinking about that before they walked into the damn school?
They don't think about
a damn adultery. What is that? No. That's mom's fucking somebody else behind the back of your dad. Like, what? I'm 6. Why you tell me that dumb shit? That shouldn't be in there. That had nothing to do with church and state. I'm putting that aside for a minute. Just the words itself in the motherfucking documents. Put it in front of your child. What age are we starting this at? That's all. And like you said, I think it's starting it from all over, from the beginning.
No. My thing is this.
He started from day A. As soon as you walk in, you gotta know what adultery is as 4 or 5 years old.
Don't. If you're not going to live by them, if you're not going to abide by them, if you're not going to live by them, this argument you're putting out is hypocritical, because you can't sit there. I want 10 commandments put up in all schools. Well, the first place, half of you politicians need to put up the 10 commandments is in your house, in your office.
Start there.
And when Trump is in there, you need to get a big neon sign with the 10 commandments on it and put it in the Oval Office. So if you got the things that's going on, that's being accused of a lot of people, come on, you got Matt Gaetz.
What if you Muslim? What if you Muslim though? What if you Arab or Jewish. This is not your thing, is it, right?
But that's what it's going to come down to.
Ask me that.
It's going to come down.
It's going to go to the Supreme Court. Now, what do you think the Supreme Court's supposed to do compared to what they're going to do?
What the Supreme Court should do is what they were supposed to do. That if you are sued and they say, well, why can I put the tenets of my religion, had the tenets of my religion posted up right next to the just like the 10 Commandments.
Exactly.
If that's the case, then you supposed to say yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or no, everybody take it down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what you think they're gonna do?
But that's how prayer. That's one of the reasons prayer got took out of school.
What do you think this Supreme Court gonna do? That's the key point. This one, the one that everybody that voted for Trump or didn't vote when Hillary was running, it ended up with these 6-3.
Oh,
I
can tell you what they're gonna do.
Tell me what they're gonna do.
That's the thing.
That's the key thing.
Instead of having anything else put up, they're gonna rule in a way to make them take it down and say that nobody can put them up.
Because it's gonna be hard for them to get the weasel out of this, because you got to put some Muslim faith things up. You're gonna have to do it all.
You're gonna have to do Muslim, Hindu.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to do Catholic, and
you're gonna have to put some other stuff up. Because it's not making no sense for you to put that up and say that's what you got to listen to. And that's
all that's going to happen is they're going to sue. The other faiths are going to sue.
They're going to the Supreme Court.
They're going to sue. It's going to make it. Yeah, it probably will make it all the way to the Supreme Court. If you make it all the way to the Supreme Court and say the Supreme Court ruled on it, they're probably
they're white wingers.
They're lunatics. They're going to rule. They're going to rule, and they're going to have to rule right, because you have so many people in this country of different faiths. So
we think they're supposed to rule right.
They'll rule right. Okay. But what's going to happen is they'll get the governors and stuff will get the message. They'll tell them, oh, well, if you had the 10 Commandments of the Christian faith put up, you have other faiths in the school, because you got Indian kids, you got Chinese kids, you got Muslim kids, you got all kind of other kids that practice all kind of faiths. Mm-hmm. So you're going to tell them, they're going to tell them, yeah, you're going to have to post that too. Then you know what's going to happen? The governor's going to say, take it all down.
Because they ain't going to want no Muslim stuff up. They're not going to want no Hindu stuff up.
They'll rule right. They'll rule in the right way.
But in their mind is, you have to take the 10 Commandments. That's it. Yeah. And to them, that's the rule of life.
Yeah.
Like no other joints exist.
Because you had this before. You have had this before. Even brothers in the jail won on issues like this before. Why can Christians have this? But hold on, I'm not a Christian, I'm a Muslim. Why we can't have this? And they've won. And they won in lower courts. So they'll rule in the right way. But the right way is they basically tell them, look, they're gonna tell them, well, you got, if you put that up, you got to put this up. But if you don't want to put this up, you want to take that down. And what's going to happen? They're going to take it down.
Exactly, because they don't have no other choice.
Right.
Because they don't want to see the other stuff up. You know what I'm saying?
Just like you had somebody sue about about what was written on the Peace Cross right there in Bladensburg, and that stayed in courts for years. I think they ended up that they could keep it on there, but it's always suits about religious freedom, and it's always going to be, because you're going to have one side that say, well, if this is the case for this, we want the same, we want the same freedoms.
We just got to hope that the Supreme Court does what's supposed to be doing. Either kick it out of here, say, take that back, we'll have to undo that.
Yeah.
Or say, bruh, you can't do none of that, right?
Nah. Because if it go through the court system, to get to the Supreme Court, you got to go through the whole court system. You got to go through everything until get to the Supreme Court, and then that's the last resort. So then their word is final. Exactly. But there's no way, especially if especially if it's if it's a separation of church and state, which we say is no official religion for this country, even though we know what it is. But if for being equal under the law, you got to say, and if Hindus, Muslims, Quakers, anybody come up in there and say, hold on, you can't indoctrinate my child this way, because this is not his faith. His faith is this. This is the faith he was brought up on. He or she was brought up on. This is my family's faith. This is the faith where we come from. Why can't our tenets be posted also? And you have to say, and in the end, you're gonna have to say you're right. Well, if you post the 10 Commandments, you're gonna have to post this, that, and a third right there with it.
Basically, you can't avoid that.
Yeah, but what's going to happen is they're going to say, "Nah, we ain't posting all that. Take it down," and that'd be the end of that.
Or the Supreme Court say you can keep the 10 Commandments up, you can't do nothing else.
You
think these right ringers can't do that?
They're gonna try.
That's why me and my man's here be telling y'all it's really important who you vote for, because the Supreme Court is imbalanced. You're talking about 6'3". Shit like me and him just talking about can just slide through.
But see,
abortions slide through. They don't give a fuck, because there's nothing the 3 people can do against the 6. It's real simple. So if Trump, like now, if he could send some shit to the Supreme Court to get him out of jail, he would do it, because they're gonna vote his way.
Yeah.
And that's why Supreme Court is a piece of trash in 2024. They're irrelevant, and they ain't nothing but MAGA.
Right. Say,
not good at all.
The law is the law, and
they know how to fly around. Yeah, look at the bitch that's doing his the shit fucking around hiding the documents. That bitch skirting the law.
They already knew that, and I don't see how. Well,
they gotta get that bitch out of there, bro.
But they trying. She said she ain't going nowhere.
She's trying her best to get them all.
She's finding them. She gonna find a way. She gonna find a way. This is
hold on. So everybody can understand what we're talking about, right? First of all, 34 counts. Everybody got to understand he had 90 something, right?
Yeah, he still got
so that was just only 34. So therefore, he still got other shit out there. Now imagine your boyfriend or girlfriend had charges for weed and motherfucking. We in DC, and we in Maryland, in Greenbelt, had charges for riding without a license in Virginia, right? In DC, you got a motherfucker a gun charge, right? So now you got all these cases you got to go through, right? So you go through one, you're a felon now, you lost that one, right? Now me and you know the second one is crucial. Because you got 2 felonies, we run into a problem. Yes or no? Yeah. So now if you got 91 counts and 34 counts is already set aside, you were guilty, right? So that means like 60 something left. And everybody know he hid documents. So that's automatic joint. You know he gonna be guilty in that. Automatic. Even MAGAs know he was hiding documents and wouldn't even bring them up when the government say, hey, Bray, what the documents at? Can you bring them to us? Nah. Kept hiding shit, right? So that joint, we know he getting convicted of, right? This joint, the 34 counts one, was a joint nobody thought he's going to be convicted on. And we didn't know what was going to happen with that one. But the other ones, we know for a fact. He tried to steal the election, and he tried to hide documents. These 2 joints that's coming up is an automatic joints. So now I'm gonna ask you, he already had 34 counts, which make him a felon, right?
Yep.
How much more, first of all, if you black, how much more room you have if you got these things that's coming up later?
None. You have none.
So people understand that he still has stuff that he have to go through that will add to this. You know what I'm saying? We'll make him a 2-time felon or 3-time felon, something that 3 strikes. Someday he put on us black people. He would literally be a 3-strike motherfucker when it's over. Yes or no?
Yeah, you would think he was supposed to be, but it wouldn't surprise me because I think, me personally, I think Aileen Cannon is looking for one of 3 outcomes, or well, a couple of these 3 things. What she wants, she's looking to find a way to suppress the evidence, to say the search wasn't right, the search was illegal, or the search, something about the search, so she can throw out some evidence. She's looking for that. She's trying to find a way to dismiss the charges altogether. If Trump lawyers are right now throwing everything they can against the wall to see if something stick. If something stick, you can best believe she's gonna throw it out. That's what she's looking for.
But that case right there is automatic. He did that. Yes or no?
Yeah, no, but if the judge is on the take, well, I ain't gonna say on the take, if the judge is in his pocket.
But that's the second felony. That's the second felony. Yes or no? He did that.
That would be the second, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That would be the second charge.
Yes, indeed.
But the problem is you got a judge here that's basically, she's trying to find a way.
We cool, but
third thing
you gotta let black people know that how this is working, because once you rack up one, it ain't like that's a throwaway line. 34 counts.
Nah,
that's a problem.
He got
other joints. You know what I'm saying?
He's still a felon for the rest of his life.
Because he got other joints, what makes it an issue if you calculate putting on top of felon.
Yeah, I mean, we ain't got no 3 strike laws no more. But if it was 3 strikes,
he wanted the 3 strikes. That's my point.
If we ain't got that shit no more.
In fact, he was mad because Biden switched it. He said he won't bring it back.
Yeah, so if you know you going to buy the old shit, 3 strikes and you out. Fuck yeah, he would fuck around. He would fuck around and go to jail forever.
He'd be done.
And the bitch is looking for a mistrial. I believe me. I think the mistrial is coming.
It's gonna be hard for her to do this, but they'll take her off because he did it.
Yeah, but the only way they're gonna take her off is to find some fucking kind of misconduct. If it ain't no motherfucking misconduct, or she just showing
they keep reprimanding her though.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
bruh.
See, because she done already been through the
she made it clear she's trying to get him off.
Yeah, she done already been through that panel on some shit she done did twice, and they done addressed her down. So she want to do this shit, but she got to make sure she's right. That's why I think that when the trial, if the trial ever get going, I think it's going to be a mistrial somewhere along the line. So they're going to try to find some juror misconduct.
But the problem is
something.
Everybody know that's what she's doing. She's a problem. They're going to take her out because she's not being a real judge at this moment. Like the person in New York, for example, that did this case with Trump. Can a Republican say that he was so fucking foul, leaning Democrat? It's hard for him to do it because he didn't do it. She doing it.
Yeah, but it's the same way. You got the same issue you got the same issue you got with her. It's the same issue you got with Clarence Thomas. They trying to get Clarence Thomas they trying to get him to recuse himself from January 6 cases in which his wife is involved.
And Alito won't do it. Alito wife too.
Yeah, but they won't do it. Just like they tried, just like last week. I think it was last week. They asked her again. She will not do it. She basically said, I ain't going nowhere.
Now you think about that, people that listening right now. We off the streets. We ain't claiming we know everything, bro. Y'all can teach us shit. We don't give a fuck, right? But we telling you straight up that at this point, man, we looking at motherfucker 2 different parties that want to take us in completely 2 different directions, bro. And I don't want you to be manipulated and bamboozled by people like Hogan, that was the governor or something of Maryland, right? Because no, he can play like he want to be. Hey, I like a Democrat. I'm not gonna do none of the Bush hands. Hey, but his party is MAGA. That party is MAGA. Is he gonna vote with them or not? He is, because he's a Republican.
He
So
forced to
don't
be.
take no chances with that shit. Maryland, we got Miss All Stood. And I want everybody out there trying to get out and vote for her, man. And I'm just talking about that because she's a black lady. Because she will block all bullshit. Him, he gonna fake like he gonna be on your cap as a Democrat or a person that want civil liberties and want the right shit. But if Trump president, he gonna vote with Trump. Trust and believe. He not gonna veer towards voting with Democrats, right? So his goal is to sneak his ass in there. And once Trump won whatever he want, he's gonna try to hide until Trump say, "Hey, I need you, bald head guy Hogan." And then he gonna say, "Fine, okay, I vote for it." You know what I'm saying?
This is the deal with Larry Hogan. Yes, Hogan was a two-term Republican governor in a deep blue Democratic state. Yes, he voted along with the Democrats because he had to, because he had a Democratic House and a Democratic Senate in the state.
He wasn't
getting nothing done without him.
It's also Brooks.
It's also
Did I say
Brooks.
that? I said something else, I think.
So he had no choice. What he was one of the ones he wanted to run. He wanted to run in 24. He wanted to run, and he was gearing up to run in 24. But he think he still has a future. So he's holding out for 28 or 32. One of the two. Probably 20, probably going to put his hat in the ring at 28. So he's looking down the road. But the problem he has here now is he was a never Trumper his whole 8 years in Maryland. He was a never Trumper. He spoke out on Trump. He got on Meet the Press, Face the Nation, This Week, Fox News Sunday, State of the Nation, whenever he could, and talk greasy about Trump. Yes, he did. So, but he has a problem now.
Because only votes he can get is Democrats and Independents.
He ain't going to get Democrats in
right now.
state.
She up 11, which tells me that Democrats noticed the bullshit and not voting for him.
Well, he's not going to get Democrats in PG, Montgomery, especially black Democrats. He's not going to get them in PG, Montgomery, Baltimore, Calvert, Charles, maybe one or two others. Now, up in Western Maryland and on the Eastern Shore, he had a chance. Now, listen to what I'm saying, people. He had a chance. But the problem is this. Western Maryland, Eastern Shore is red. All of that shit is red. I mean, especially when you get down over the Bay Bridge, it's all red. You get up in the mountains, it's red. And it's all MAGA. It's all MAGA in both places. Now, when you get closer to the cities, when you get closer to Baltimore and Washington, D.C., it's blue.
Yeah.
He's not going to get that this time. Now, this is where he fucked up at. And who cares if he fucked up? This is where he fucked up at. MAGA is not going to support him.
No.
Trump is at the top of the ticket. So you can best believe that every time you turn around, Angela also Brooks is going to bring that up. When he has no choice now, just like he had no choice when he was in the governor's mansion, that he had to work with Democrats. He need MAGA now. So he has to, if he is to have a chance to get that Senate seat, he needs MAGA. Trump is at the top of the ticket. The only way you're going to get MAGA is to kiss Trump's ass.
Exactly.
The only way he needs Trump to come to Maryland and campaign for him. Don't see it happening.
Exactly.
You can best believe you already seen Kamala Harris in Maryland campaigning for Angela also Brooks. And I can guarantee you this, that sometime between now and November the 5th, you will see the president. You will see the president. You might see President Obama,
Ain't no might.
you might see Hillary Clinton, and you might see Bill Clinton.
Ain't no
That's
might.
a strong possibility because what this seat means.
Ain't no might. They're
So-
definitely gonna come out. And shout out to also
Oh,
Brooks because and anybody out there right there in her campaign, we would love to have her on our podcast anytime to discuss these issues in PG because between DC and PG, my life, my man right here born and raised in PG. You know what I'm saying? We go out right now and we can show you our signs sticking outside. You know what I'm saying? I also have businesses in PG. You feel me? So me personally, if you is in her campaign, we want to talk to you. Miss also Brooke, you know what I'm saying, dog? We got faith in you. We got confidence in you to beat this race. You know what I'm saying, dog? But we do also want to talk to you. We got questions. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Hey,
So
I voted for you, woman.
so anybody out there, and also my man voted for you. So you also motherfucking interview. You know what I'm saying, dog? But she up 11 and just keep coasting. I seen her on TV on MSNBC the other day. I just want her to keep going, keep fighting, and eventually he gonna turn in a minute and try to cater to the magas. Trust and believe me, because he looking for votes.
He has to. You don't have a choice.
Trust and fucking believe me. Now, I like to watch a lot of politics shit, either internet, MSNBC, CNN. It's really no big deal for me, right? Now, it's a joint called TYT,
Oh, please.
Young Turks, right? Now, I haven't, again, me and my man
watched this.
do not
I watched it
discuss
the other night.
how we feel
I got
about
something to say about his
anything at all. Me and my man do not discuss our feelings. We already know our general overall perspective is the same, but we don't discuss inside details of anything because we might debate those. We might disagree. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. So right now, we talking about something we don't know at all, right? What is your first thought process?
What on this man? Look, I watched that. I haven't watched that.
Of Young Turks.
The
Everybody
Young
don't pay
Turks.
attention.
Cenk Uygur. I don't know what the fuck wrong with him.
What's about your first? I know you listened to him before, but I want to know your impressions of the channel itself. What do they do? What's their goal? What they talk about a lot, and what are they? You know what I'm saying? What is it going on here?
Well, one, I don't know what they are. Two, I don't know what their goal is. Three, I just don't get them. To me, it seems like y'all motherfuckers trash everybody. That's just me. And y'all got a thing against Joe Biden that y'all really out to trash him.
It's so hard
Every
for me
chance
to
you
get. First of all, this Jake Cabot dude that runs the whole station. He ran in the Democratic process this year.
Yeah.
He ran against Biden.
Yeah.
Right? But we got Charlamagne, your guy. Charlamagne.
I'm gonna get on him in a
He
minute.
comes on their joint, right? Now, before we get to him, we want to talk about the process of this channel. Now, to me, I don't know how Tony felt though. To me, watching this channel, right? To me, their goal is to bring down Democrats, right? Their goal is to talk shit about Democrats. Anything they can mix around and put a Democrat in it, they're gonna do it first, and then claim they're Democrats at the same time, right? It's like them saying, "Oh, we want to ring in our party," type shit, right? That's that talking points, right? But they'll beat the Democrat all day long, hours and hours. The whole time that redneck pig is on the upside, though. You know what I'm saying? They ignore that, right? Every topic that come up, well, Biden, such and such. What? This man put up motherfucker. He solved all the motherfucking student loan debts. Like, to me, if he want to go into debate, he should be like, look, you're a convict, right, bruh? If you want to make me a convict, cool. You want to lock me up for getting school choices? Want me lock me up for motherfucking getting people their money back for school loans? All right, cool. lock me up. I'll be a convict for that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to lock me up for giving 16 billion, that's a 16 with a B, to HBCUs, lock me up. Like, I can run his campaign, bro. I could be I could make him say, make me a convict for X, Y, and Z. Make me that convict that you are, if you want, to giving back loans for students. You know what I'm saying? I'll fuck him up in that thing. You know what I'm saying, dog? Like, let me run your campaign, bro. I let you burn his ass up silently. You know what I'm saying? But softly, you know? But as you look at it, you're looking at two separate parties with two different visions, right? And it just, to me, like you said, all the famous people that said, oh, I'm with Trump, like the bitch with tattoos on her head, Amorose. And you got like a long list of these clowns, right? And it's like, what do we do as people fighting against racism, discrimination, and a motherfucker that just want to turn our democracy back to 18, not even 18, probably even 17 somewhere, right? How do you defend this against people that don't listen to complete facts like we do? You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, we can walk outside and a motherfucker will tell you, oh, fuck, Trump was good on the comic, buy me some shit, right? Yeah, that motherfucker black dude would look in your face and say, oh, shit. Biden, I mean, Trump was good for black people. He lowered all unemployment. Like, you will walk into somebody just talking la la land shit to you, and you know the facts, and you look at them like, that's how you got that? Where you get that from? You know what I'm saying? It's like, for me and Number One Soul Brother, this is an outlet to let as many black people as possible know the right information, bro, to vote or whatever. That's all we wanted to do. Never one of us want to be famous. That's not why we're here. We don't put out clips for shock and awe. You never seen that, right? You never seen us doing anything, setting him on fire or some shit like that, right? We just come on a podcast and try to get the information out from our point of view, walking off the streets, right? And I understand people leave comments and be like, y'all gotta get more, whatever the fuck, right? But we don't go to school for the motherfucking being good motherfucking podcasters, or we don't go to school for being journalists. We never been to school for all that bullshit to try to be a fucking good whatever the fuck, right? We just here. So don't critique whatever the fuck, because we street, right? So don't critique that. Critique whether or not we just told the truth or not. That's all we want from y'all, right? So don't come and leave a message and say, oh, y'all too motherfucker street, y'all don't really know. No, debate the fact. Debate that. Don't worry about how street we are. Don't worry about how ghetto we are, because we already acknowledge that. You know what I'm saying? Because we walk on the street and had this conversation with y'all. So engage with what we just talked about. The facts are wrong or not. That's all we want from y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't.
Ooh, baby.
We don't want the rest. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Look at here. Look at here. As far as the Young Turks go, Young Turks, like I said, I don't really get them. I don't know what their purpose is. To me, they like Bernie supporters on steroids. That's just me. I might be wrong. Y'all think I'm wrong? Get me right. Now, I was just happened to be scrolling through some channels the other night, and when I seen the Charlemagne interview, yeah. Well, go ahead, play it. Go ahead, play it. Then I'll say what I gotta say. Play it first.
So this, like he just said, Charlemagne the God came on the Young Turks, right? Now, y'all know me and my man do not fuck with Charlemagne at all, on no level, for no reason, because he is a misleader. And that's one thing. If you watch this podcast, we don't fuck with misleaders. You know what I'm saying? But so he on the Young Turks joint, who are dead set on being against Democrats, but they're Democrats. It's the dumbest shit I ever seen, right? But cool. They bring him on, and the question they have to him is, Democrats, why they so much a piece of trash, right? So I'm gonna let this play a little bit, and y'all can get where I'm coming from. with Charlemagne coming on it. And don't forget, Charlemagne is selling a book.
And they think the Democratic Party is amazing and that Joe Biden has accomplished more things than any president since FDR. And he's just God's gift to humanity, but especially God's gift to African Americans. And so when they see you saying, look, I'm not gonna bother endorsing the guy, they might be shocked, and it appears on television, they are shocked. Wherever you go on television, they seem to be yelling at you, how dare you not do a full support of Joe Biden. So can you explain to people at home that don't know, why are you dissatisfied with the Democratic Party?
Oh man, it's a lot of reasons. I mean, the main reason for me is because I'm always thinking about the least of us. And when I'm in home in Moncks Corner, South Carolina, or just in South Carolina, period. I come from a rural area in South Carolina. When I'm, in Newark, New Jersey, doing community service, you see that a lot of people's conditions have not changed. It's really, just that simple. Especially, in the community that I come from, amongst Black people. And it's just man, we've been voting for change, and, President Obama told us about the audacity of hope, and he told us that it was change, we could believe in. And it's just man, when I look at the least of us, and
Oh my God. It's hard me to let this motherfucker keep talking, bro. But let me interject a couple of facts before he finish. He says Obama came around and said he wanted to change and nothing happened, right? He said he go back to home in South Carolina and everything looks the same to him, right? He go back to home, he do his fucking his community service, and he realized, he look around the towns, it looked the same. And I voted for a Democrat. And why it's still the same when Obama said he was hoping change? That's what he just said, right? And my problem is, your bitch ass is going to South Carolina. Well, who is the fucking running that in the Senate? Who is running that? Who's doing that? Who fucking that up? Your bitch ass is not saying that. That's the shit that irks me, bro. You using a broader context for something that's held up in your state by that one Republican that run your shit in South Carolina. So you're going to use South Carolina as your template of every time I go back home, it's all the same. Yeah, you bitch ass nigga Republicans run it.
In our societies, things have not changed for them, in any way, shape, or form. So I mean, that's one of the main reasons that I get frustrated, because whenever it's election time, it's like clockwork. They start coming around and they start selling the dream, and they're telling us that things aren't going to change unless they have control of the White House and the Senate and Congress and all of these different things, and we go out there and we make these things happen, and things still don't change.
Exactly.
And the biggest problem I have with the Democratic Party is they really have a sense of cowardice when it comes to calling out people in their own.
Before you go further, right? I'm gonna let him finish. But that's what burns me up with this attitude of just blaming Democrats for something. I know he know that most of these bills that Democrats that promise you that they want to pass gets blocked by Republicans. He know it. That's the dumb shit that blow. Then he get on this motherfucker with these fools that rails on Democrats for some odd reason. And then gonna be like, yeah, they always promise you, like Obama promised me this and that, and it never happened. Why did it happen? Why you ain't expand on that? He put it up. Democrats are ready. They all voted for it, but why? What has stopped it? That's what his bitch ass don't want to admit. That's the problem we have with these bitch ass niggas. Tell the whole truth. Don't gloss over to help these fools help their narrative on their bitch ass channel of beating up Democrats all fucking day. Oh, hold on before I go. Go ahead, finish. Oh, motherfuckers. This motherfucker.
Own party who are holding up progress. We watched them for 4 years let, Joe Manchin, Kristen Sinema just hold up progress, and nobody was calling them out of it. People go back and they watch the conversation I had with Vice President Harris when she was on my talk show on Comedy Central. That's what I was pressing her on, because we know if that was the Republican Party, Donald Trump would have had a million nicknames for Joe Manchin. You know, he'd have had a million nicknames for Kristen Sinema. They'd have been putting pressure on them, you know, to do the things that they need done, so you know they can move their agenda forward. And it's just like, yo, if I
so now you see what I just said. He not admitting why things they want to do is being stopped. He slyly slipped in. Oh, Joe Manchin is you know what I'm saying? Without saying that from the beginning, this is why the Democrats are not doing what I want. But he just blaming them. You see what I'm saying? But then at the end, admit Joe Manchin's of the world is fucking it up. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some bullshit?
don't see people fighting, it's like, why am I going to fight harder than they seem to be?
Thanks for watching. Our audience
And then
has
that
helped
bitch right
build
there
TYT into the
is the worst.
question to you is, Charlemagne, do you think this is what explains Trump increasing his support among Black voters, particularly Black males? A recent Pew survey found that Trump increased his support among Black voters to the tune of 18%. So 18% of Black voters, according to that poll, plan on backing Trump. Just to give you comparative analysis here, back in 2020, only 8% of Black voters said that they planned on backing Trump. And so do you think that the failures of the Democratic Party in delivering real benefits to the Black community has
Now you see what I'm saying? How they go with this narrative that they know is some bullshit. They know Democrats put up a bill for gun control. They put up the George Floyd bill that they said they were going to do. Republicans blocked it. They put up the immigration bill that they said they were going to do.
translated to this increased support?
This shit that I hate about these so-called Democrats that does this type dumb shit that they know is foul. She knows she talking some stupid ass shit. And at the end, he admitted, oh, the Joe Manchins of the world, but she won't do it. She ain't gonna do it. They all Democrats now for her.
For Trump.
Well, I do think that number is overstated. I just can't see, 22% of Black people voting for Trump. But to answer the question, yes, I do think that is, one of the reasons, and I'm glad.
That's it. I really can't. I can't stand no more of this shit. And he gonna say, all right, yeah, that's why one of the reasons, because they don't never say what they gonna do and finish it. Now you see what I'm saying? Yeah.
With Charlemagne. Charlemagne gets on here and says, first he said, I'm not endorsing nobody. He endorsed in 2020 and he didn't get. No, what he said was he didn't endorse Biden in 2020. Who he endorsed, he voted because of Kamala Harris being on the ticket. That's what he said on this. On this. Okay, that's cool. All right, then. Now he's saying he's not endorsing the candidate. He wants to talk about the issues. All right. This would kill me. You jump out here, you say, well, I'm not going to endorse one side against the other side or the other side. Okay, that's your prerogative. Cool. I want to talk about the issues. What are the issues you want to talk about? Because you never talk about the issues. Exactly. You never say what your issues are. Are your issues gun control? Are your issues healthcare? Are your issues student loan debt? Are your issues affordable housing?
What is it?
What is your issues? You're not saying what are your issues and which candidate is supporting what issues. Okay. Is your issue that one of the candidates is now a convicted felon? It has a criminal record? That's an issue. It's not an issue to you. I
don't know what issues he's talking about.
Whatever the issues are, your issues are. Somebody is putting them out there. Whatever you want to vote for. If you're voting because you want tax breaks, you want tax cuts or whatever, okay, then we know who you're voting for. You're not saying who you're voting for. Then on top of that, you're not talking about the issues that you're voting for. So what the fuck are you voting for?
It's hard for me to.
I don't
you see
get
what
it.
I'm saying? How dumb it is.
I don't get it. So then you say you had Obama in office and you didn't get what you want. What was it that you wanted? Now you say you went back to South Carolina. South Carolina looked the same. Now you done came up. You got some cake in your pocket. You got some cheddar. What did you do for you? What did you do to better your community? Did you invest in your community? Do you run your show out of South Carolina? Or do you run it out of somewhere else? Have you put something back to help the youth, a community center, something to help create jobs or learn a trade or anything? Did you do all of this? That you expecting somebody, well, he said he was going to do that. So I guess you figured you didn't have to put no skin in the game either. I'm saying change starts with you too. Did you sit down? Did you got a platform and you can talk to these people? Did you sit down and say, I would like to do this. I would like to, I want to see this. I want to see this. I want to know what my government can do to help me or help these people. If you're talking about the way South Carolina look or whatever, or what's not being done in South Carolina, and if that's an issue, speak on it. So the people who you feigning concern about can make an informed decision.
So if you worried about the underprivileged people, right? Then name what's
Just say
underprivileged.
so.
What's underprivileged?
Just say
Let's
so.
start talking about the policies for the underprivileged and see which party is better for that.
Then say so. Yeah,
and it'd be
all.
easy to solve this problem. Real.
Yeah.
And then don't talk about policies that you know was blocked by Republicans. That's that bullshit Jedi mind tricks that these motherfuckers do.
Yeah.
Like him and the Young Turks. Oh, Democrats always say they promising this and that. They never do it. But never tell you that, oh, Republicans blocked that George Floyd bill that they told you going to do. They ain't going to tell you that. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Oh, no.
Oh, they ain't going to tell you that they blocked the motherfucking universal care in Obamacare. Oh, they ain't going to tell you that. It's just that you say you're going to do it. Why you ain't do it? You ain't do it. Now I should vote for Republican. Motherfucking Republicans are the ones that blocking the shit that they saying they want to do. Once they get elected, you should let them do what it is they said they was going to do. Republicans don't never let them do that. Period. And it's just hard for me to understand when this black motherfucker with all this motherfucking people will listen to him at all times that he feel like endorsing somebody doesn't mean anything. Let me let you understand, you bitch ass nigga. So many people listen to you. So much in morning, evening, night. You got a podcast with a white dude, so you got another audience. So therefore, you, by what you say, counts. Now, if you say, I endorse Biden, I'm going to vote for Biden and I endorse him, that then most of the people that follow you and they listen to you, they believe what you're saying, can be like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go and vote for him because my man voted for him, but I don't really know politics. You know what I'm saying? So that's what endorsements mean. Endorsement don't mean you can sit there and be like, I got all this influence, but I'm going to hold it in my shorts, in my drawers, and just say, he's a fucking pig, but I ain't going to talk about nothing else I want to do. No, bro, that sounds dumb. You have to endorse them. It's a big reason why you endorse them, because you have a platform. You have people following you. When you endorse people, that influences people to rethink or do what you saying you doing. But you want to avoid that responsibility. And that's the bullshit right there.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I disagree in a way, because if you don't want to make an endorsement, don't make an endorsement. Don't say I'm behind this person or behind that person. But by the same token, you are saying I want to talk about the issues in I want to speak on the issues. Okay. If that's what you are saying, what are the issues that concern you? What are the issues that you want to talk about? That way, the people that are listening to you, if you don't want to say vote for this person, vote for that person.
No, he said the underprivileged.
Okay.
So who best for that?
Okay. Right. Okay. What are the issues? What are the issues with the underprivileged that you could that concern you?
Exactly.
Is it the underprivileged getting health care? Is it the underprivileged getting jobs?
What is it?
Is it underprivileged getting affordable housing?
What?
Is it rights, civil rights? What is it? You're not saying you going around trying to go around the answer instead of going to the answer, putting the answer out there. Let your people know. Well, you know,
exactly.
If South Carolina is a problem that you think that you say, when I go back, I'm not seeing no change.
Who the governor of South Carolina? Is it Republican or Democrat? Damn sure Republican.
But say the change you want to see. And then let the people make an informed decision. Then they can say, then the people can say, well, you know, damn, well, the people of South Carolina, we're not getting this. But this candidate is for that.
But for example, let's say healthcare. Let's say that South Carolina is ran by Republican, right? Obama put out Obamacare for all people to have health care. Now, if you go to South Carolina and that Republican to refuse to enact it, is that Democrats' fault? Is that Obama's fault? When that Republican did that, instead of you saying, nah, Republicans holding us back. Republicans did this in my state in South Carolina. When I go back there, nothing has changed because everything Democrats try to improve on us, Republicans block. He don't say that.
Nah,
it's all of them.
He's not doing that.
That's that bullshit.
He's not doing that. And that's the damn problem.
Exactly.
If you care, if you're going to bring up South Carolina and you care about South Carolina, like thanks Lewis Gordon for tuning in, and you're right. How often do he return to South Carolina
at all,
or is he just throwing that out as a talking point? Now, if South Carolina and the people around this country who are in the same situation as the South Carolinians you talking about, what are the issues? If you go back to South Carolina and you say crime is the issue, talk about it. Say that. If you go back into South Carolina and say, man, my peoples are sick, they ain't getting the proper health care, they ain't getting this, that, and the third, there ain't no jobs there. All the jobs are moved out. We need this, we need that. Say what you mean. Don't sit there and say, well, I'm not going to vote for nobody. I'm not going to endorse nobody. I'm going to talk about the issues, and you don't ever put out the issues that you're talking about. So then your fucking people that you claim that you care about, they can't make an informed decision when they go into the voting booth. That is the problem.
And they don't know where you stand.
Right.
So that's dumb for you to say, I ain't got to endorse nobody. Yes, you do.
Look,
motherfuckers gotta know what you feel and what you stand. If they know that, they'll make a decision on by following you. People that do will be like, all right, he's saying he voting for this person, he endorses this person, so I know that's the right way to go. Yeah. Period.
Okay, we sit here on this podcast and we tell people we're not going to tell you who to vote for, just vote.
We're going to get these issues out.
But the issues that concern us, we talk about.
Exactly.
We talk about, and we give the perspective from both sides of what the Democrats are doing and what the Republicans are doing. It's putting the information out there so the people who tune into this podcast, either live on YouTube or wherever, they can look. Ain't no problem. It ain't no problem with putting the information out there or putting something out there and letting the people go and tell them where to find it, and letting them go do the research themselves. Because that's how you make an informed decision. That's how you make the right decision. Because you do that by not listening to people. Okay, when a motherfucker like 50 Cent, like And I'm gonna get into that too, because somebody posted a comment about the video we made. My man put out about what we said about 50 Cent. The problem with that is you have certain people that put out a stereotype about black people, like we are all criminals, we are all convicts, all we identify with is crime and jail, which is bullshit. Now, when he said, when he was asked, why do you think people identify with Trump? Well, black people identify with Trump. Maybe it's the RICO charges.
Mm-hmm.
John, you don't put shit out there. That was some dumb shit to say. And that's the problem. And that's the problem with people like Charlemagne and people like Amber Rose and all these what's that Sexy Red? That broad is dumb as a brick. It's the problem. Look, and I'm gonna say this shit 1,000 times.
There's a list of these clown ass food.
This is what I said 1,000 times. And you can look on any goddamn pod we did. If you believe in your heart that Republican plans, Republican ideas, Republican whatever is best for you, your family, and you believe that is what's best for the country, if you wholeheartedly believe that, that is your prerogative. We can have that debate. But when you allow shit to get put out there, and you know what one side is putting out there, you got one side that gave you student loan forgiveness. One side is giving you is working on making healthcare even better. You done got CHIPS Acts. You done got record numbers of jobs. You got record black unemployment, record low black unemployment. You got a lot of things that this administration have done in 4 years. And when they put it out there, instead of saying, okay, boom, they did this, they did that, they did this. Okay, what's the next step? Let's work on this, that, and a third. You don't do this. You go along with the other side and you trash it or you dismiss it and you say, well, and you basically, I'll say, pumping up the other side to a certain extent to vote for them. And we know why. Well, I know why. Because, and bless you, I'm happy for you. Yes, you have moved into another tax bracket. And yes, I don't blame you. You want to keep that money in your pocket. But Charlemagne, let me ask you this. That tax money that you try that you're trying not to get raised, that goes into infrastructure, that goes into schools, that goes into poor communities, that goes into social programs, that goes into all of this. That's where that tax money, that's where them tax raises on the rich and the upper tax brackets are going.
Wait, explain that, because that's a key thing. Because when Republicans come in, they do tax cuts. It sounds like that's good. Right?
Sounds like it's good.
But when most of it goes to the richest American, it's not that good.
Right, because they keep it in his pocket.
Let's explain how Republicans does that right there, where tax cuts for everybody, even the richest Americans, right? That don't need a tax cut. And then the other side that do tax cuts just for people under 400,000. That's the difference right there, because you're looking for people that's working hard, that's struggling in America, compared to people that's fucking running around with $22 million motherfucking parachutes, just stealing money for no reason. And that's what Biden always told these motherfuckers for the last 2 years, to give the money back to the consumer. You know what I'm saying? Stop stealing all this fucking money.
Okay. This is just recently in the last few months and in the last few days that he did this. Trump, I'm talking about. At this business roundtable with people like Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, and JP Morgan, I guess the head dude, Jamie Dimon, Trump told these people, here's what Trump told these people. He vowed, he said, if he gets back in office, he is going to cut income tax, and roll back business regulations for these people. At another meeting at Mar-a-Lago with oil executives, he promised to roll back Biden administration environmental regulations. And that these people, I guess if they want this done, these oil execs should donate $1 billion to his campaign. Just recently, within the last few days, at a closed door fundraiser, whatever it is, he vowed to give the rich 1%, the biggest tax cut in history. Look, that's an issue, because we already know, and we done seen it from Ronald Reagan to George Bush to W on down in Republican administrations. Trickle down economics doesn't work. You know why? Because the CEOs and the corporations pocket the money.
Now explain that. Now, when he say trickle down economics, is where you give tax cuts for all Americans, but give most of the money to the richest people, expecting them to then turn around as you go to work or whatever the fuck, give you raises, to put the money back into the economy. But the problem is, these rich people, as everybody know, get these yachts, do all this other extra shit besides that, giving you raises and everything.
Yeah. See, what you right on that. But with trickle down economics, they say, and they claim that the rich, the 1% or whoever, those are the people that are creating jobs. Yeah. So if you give the rich and these corporations these tax breaks, you're right. They're claiming that they're going to put the money back into the business, back into the company, create more jobs, raise the standard of living and all that other good stuff. But they never do, because when they do it, they get you see CEOs getting these massive bonuses. They pocket the money.
They take it all.
So they don't put the money back into the workers or the company and create jobs. It never happens.
Nope. They take it.
Yeah. So
then they don't pay taxes on top of it.
Right.
So they win from the tax cuts. So that's why I say you gotta pay attention, bro. Because when one person say I only want tax the rich, that's because they need to be taxed.
Yeah.
You as a person that's making $20,000, $30,000 a year, do you think you need to be taxed for any fucking thing right now? No. But them run around with yachts that's golden. You ain't need to do that, bro. You could have paid the motherfucking workers, your manager, an extra motherfucking $1,000 that week. You know what I'm saying? Instead of that dumbass shit.
But see,
and that's the problem with these motherfuckers. They don't get the tax part.
And like I say, you got a lot, especially these black celebrities out here, that's they're not telling you that is the reason they want. Because
once you in the millionaires, these tax cuts benefit you not us, the hood that you left behind.
Yeah. And so
that's why I respect Jay-Z.
You want to pay.
I don't really fuck with Jay-Z like that, right? But I do respect the fact that him and his wife will tell you off the break, and they will set motherfucker parties up for the campaign. You know what I'm saying? For a Democrat, and tell you off the break, this is who I'm voting for. I need y'all to vote for him. They might go back to their music. They might not say nothing else about it after that, but they let you know where they stand, right? You got this motherfucker get on TV. He don't let you know where he stand. And these people, you gotta give them credit. They in the motherfucking bracket where they can start leaking their money out. You know what I'm saying? Fucking their money up. They don't give a fuck. They telling you what's right for their culture. That's why I fuck with Beyonce and Jay-Z, even though I don't like them musically. You know what I'm saying? I respect the fact that they put that shit online. Like, fuck that. I'm with Biden. I'm with who they did last time, Hillary. I'm with this person. I'm a do a campaign. I'm gonna go out there and rap for them. I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna go back to my rapping shit and don't talk to me about that no more. You feel me?
But see, that's the thing I'm saying
like
about this
that.
shit. Do not you flim-flamming your people. Because look, a lot of these people,
if they putting out, who you talking about, Jay-Z?
I ain't talking about Jay-Z. I'm talking about people like 50. I'm talking about
see,
Roses.
that's the difference.
I'm
there.
talking about all of these people who
Bro,
out here.
Them tax cuts benefit Jay-Z, yes or no?
Yeah, they benefit him.
Like that's right. He's saying fuck the tax cuts. I'm telling you what's right for my people.
Because he's still making he's still
I
making
like
money.
that. I like
And
that.
all of them are still making money. But only thing I say,
Jay-Z, I mean 50 Cent say fuck it.
Don't pull.
I don't know.
Only thing I say is don't pull the wool over the people's eyes. The people that really made you, whose money made you what you are today. They buy your CDs, they go to your movies, they watch your podcasts, and watch your programs, and watch your TV shows, and all of this stuff. And a lot of these people really can't. Some of these people really can't afford it, but they make a way. If it's about you want them tax breaks or you think Republican ideas are good, say so. Say so. Be honest. But see, the problem is you wanna like creep in the back door with this shit. You want them tax breaks. You want them taking less money from you, and who wasn't, but you don't want to say something, and you don't want to say so because you don't want the backlash.
Exactly. Now you feel me?
That's what it is.
That's why I got respect for Jay. It's some other Jay-Z ain't the only one fucking out there, right?
No, it's a lot.
But I got respect for people like that because they just said fuck it. Hey, whatever y'all do, like the Rock bitch ass. You see what he did?
Yeah, one. Like I told you,
You see what he did?
The Rock is in a money wise. The Rock is headed to a stratosphere.
That's what I mean.
There's very few people out
where
there.
He not risking his money. He gonna tell you off the break. I'm not endorsing nobody. But Jay-Z is a fucking billionaire. Fuck you. I'm voting for Hillary, Biden, whoever, Obama, whatever the fuck they got. I'm gonna throw a party and then I'm gonna go back to my music, me and my wife. That's it, right? You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not even gonna talk. They don't even talk politics after that.
I gotta say,
right or wrong.
Look, tell the people where you coming from.
I likes it.
Don't lead it. Don't lead.
I respect it
because a lot of people, a lot of our people that look like us are misinformed, underinformed.
And that's why we
not informed at all.
That's why we do this though.
And
we want to inform people like us.
Like the guy that left the comments about the under the 50 video. A lot of these people, look, a lot of people these days live vicariously through these artists, through their favorite artists.
They never debate an actual point we made.
And they want, yeah, and they don't want you to, don't want you to say nothing bad about them, which is cool. But sometimes they need to be called out because look, what they doing ain't good for you.
Exactly. My favorite rapper of all time, you know who it is, Ice Cube. And I had no other choice. He's being a fucking coon. It hurts me. You know what I'm saying? I still feel like he's the best rapper ever. I still like he make motherfucking CDs better than anybody else. And I still feel like he write better than anybody else. But
he bad motherfucker.
When we get to this politics shit, he's a piece of trash. Period. He's snub-nosed to fucking Jews and white people that paid for the big three, which is cool. But his whole career was ragging against people that does that. You know what I'm saying? Like Oreo. Everybody don't know this song. Look it up. Oreo. If you actually listen to the song Oreo and then look what he doing right now and tell me who he talking about. Think about that for a minute. You know Oreo? Listen to the song Oreo from Ice Cube, where he talk about white people that act black. I mean, black people that act white. It's called Oreo Cookie, right? And then listen to the lyrics and then see what he doing right now. It's the funniest shit. So to me, this is my favorite rapper ever. So I'm not going to deny that. But he is now somewhere in the atmosphere of people that is just misleaders to our culture. And I don't have time for that. I don't give a fuck how much I love you. Even if Michael Jordan was to do it right now, I would turn on him quick. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to my culture and the future of my son coming up and the black people in my culture coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, all I'm saying is this: look, tell it like it is. Let people know where you're coming from, because you never know. It's a lot of people out there that might agree with you. You know what I'm saying? But don't sit there and be like, I'm not endorsing, I'm not getting involved in all this other shit. Look, it's people out here that need to get involved. Look, politics permeates every area of your life. Anything you do for real is nothing that you do, even amongst yourself, that ain't political. Because you're trying to get things done, and you need this to get something done. You need something from over here to get something done. You want to make this happen, but you need this to make it happen. And you got to work, and you got to find a way to put all that shit together. That's what they're doing in Washington. That's what we do in life every day. So whether you know it or not, you're a politician on another level. But all of this shit that's going on, you don't got to be a rocket science to figure out what it is. You know, a lot of it is just common sense. But don't let nobody influence. Look, your vote is important. I tell you 1,000 times, if your vote wasn't important and your vote didn't count, why are Republicans trying so hard to take it from you and to keep you from using it if it doesn't mean anything? Think about that. Your vote means something.
And don't forget, Thursday night, the debate, Republican Democrat debate, or the president's debate was going to be watched all over the world. If you're a MAGA out there, please tune in to us. We want you to come on live. I want as many MAGAs as we want. We can get up to 10 people on this joint. We want all MAGAs. We don't even want nobody to agree with us on here. Just us two and 8 MAGAs watching the debate together. You know what I'm saying? If anybody don't know, me and my man want this smoke. You know what I'm saying? This is real important to us from our culture. You know what I'm saying, dog? We appreciate everybody, though. But check out the debate. We want everybody to come and collaborate with us and talk to us and come on the podcast if you want. In and out. If you want to come on 2 seconds, express yourself, cool. But I'm going to put the link in. The link will be in where everybody can just come in. You know what I'm saying? We're going to watch this. This is a party. This is going to be a debate party. You know what I'm saying? We watch Trump, Biden live. And I want to interact with you. Now, trust me, I'm putting all links out to all MAGAs too. I know they're not going to come in and have an actual conversation while the debate's going on and have some actual facts. I know that's not going to happen, okay? But we appreciate everybody, man, that subscribed to us lately. We appreciate y'all a whole lot. Everybody that feel like we are fighting for the black culture and what's good for us. We appreciate y'all a whole lot for coming in this joint, tuning in, subscribing. We appreciate everybody that haven't subscribed but watch us. We appreciate y'all too. You know what I'm saying? Also, we love y'all. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate anybody that come on this joint because we not YouTubers, we're not live streamers. We're not motherfuckers that went to school for podcasting or journalism. So we just here. We walking off the fucking streets, literally, and talking politics. You know what I'm saying? Something that's near and dear to me and my man heart. You know what I'm saying? Before we get out, you got something to get?
Yeah. Once again, look, if y'all want to make an informed decision on this, what's going on out here, look, I can't listen to everybody. I say don't even all the way listen to us. Do your research. Check it out. You can Google all this shit and you can find out what's what. But know who's for you and know who's against you. And Lewis Gordon, and I want to send a shout out to you, big brother, because for your comments and checking us out tonight and spread the word and let everybody know we here each and every Tuesday night and probably another night this week. We pop up. And don't forget you can check us out on Facebook and join our Facebook group. We on YouTube, Twitch, X. And we're on X at HVP Votes. damn, we everywhere. We on Instagram. We can be found. We out there. I'm on TikTok. My man on TikTok. We's are everywhere. So we just trying to get the word out there. So
that's it, man. We ain't trying to be famous, bro.
Come November, we ain't trying to get hit with an okie doke again.
That's all we want to do is get this information out. Please contact us in any way you want, even on the motherfucking YouTube. Whatever y'all want to do, bro.
Drop an email.
We engage.
Hoodviewpolitics@gmail.com.
And check us out. When this debate come in, we're gonna have an open dialogue, open panel for anybody. 10 spots for 10 MAGAs, 10 Republicans or 10 independents. We don't care. Come on our podcast and let's watch this motherfucking debate together as Americans. You know what I'm saying, dog? Black
something
ones.
like that. Those of y'all out here, check us out on this. Spread the word. We right here. We'll be back.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers. None of that shit that's on TV.